happening, fellow fantasy GMs? I am JJ Wang. He is the bearded one, DJ Dub. And with our powers combined, we are the Fantasy Couriers.
Oh, JJ Wang, we are halfway there. Last week's free agents, we hit the quarterbacks, the running backs. This week we're going to wrap it up with the other skill positions. But before we get in, trade happened. Or everybody, just so you know, if anything else happens, JJ Wang and DJ Dub are busy men going all over creation, and we're recording this midweek. And usually we record over the weekend to try to have as much as we can. So this week we just had to, we're getting a podcast out to you where we're talking about free agency, but we had to record earlier. So if something big happens, then we'll hit it on our next show, and we're going to continue talking about looking at the future. But today, my Miami Dolphins traded away the only guy maybe that Malik Willis had to throw to, Jalen Waddle, to the Denver Broncos. Dolphins get a first, a third, and a swap of like fourths. So the Broncos move up a handful of spots. The Dolphins move back. So now from both sides, Dolphins are in like super duper rebuild. And the Broncos got Waddle to pair with Sutton, with the up and coming maybe Franklin or Bryant for Bo Nix. Gives him a couple more a speed guy to throw to. What do you make of this trade?
I think it works good for the Broncos. I mean, it's like Jalen Waddle is the kind of receiver Bo Nix kind of likes. Those short underneath throws where it doesn't have to take a lot of time, get them out quick. I think that helps them. I think it's good for the Denver offense. Miami,
addition through subtraction.
Definitely has to change your opinion of Malik Willis, huh?
And that's what I was just watching actually NFL Live talking about it. And a couple of things they're looking at is it makes me Malik Willis. I wasn't expecting passing volume. I'm looking at him for the legs to be, that like numbers without the tush push of like Jalen Hurts kind of stuff. I'd love to see more passing, but Hurts wasn't spectacular. But the legs make him valuable. At least that would make him like a quarterback too, which is where I have him in a lot of my on teams where I have him. I mean, currently. His wide receiver one is Tolbert from the Cowboys, the old Cowboys receiver. Malik Willis, Theo Weiss, who's a kid who would have been better if Quinn Ewers was a quarterback. But a lot of the signs are saying that with those 2 first-round picks, they're going to walk away probably with one of those top receivers. So it could be Lemon out of USC. I think, what was it, Ty? Darn it. One of those top receivers. So the Alabama receiver or one of those guys. So that could be where they end up. And the key thing they were talking about is Carnell Tate possibly. Tyson's the guy that McKiper recently has him. The Arizona State kid have them linked to. But another thing they were saying is the interesting thing about this draft is it was Kiper and I forget who else on there, but that a lot of the meat and potatoes of this draft is in the third round. So there's not like the top end guys, because the third round is like guys you can gamble on, but guys that could be solid role players, which is what Miami needs because they got no money because they paid to not play for them. But they say there's a lot of receivers sort of in that area. So that's sort of where they see they're going. And this new regime, they want to build their thing. They're like, hey, this is ours. We're going to build it. And I guess I can only wait and see because I've spent the last 20 years sucking really bad and not winning playoff games. So how can it get worse? Plus, I get to see Bo Nix kill it.
Definitely not going to get better. Definitely not going to get better. That's for sure. I can't imagine. Yeah, I just think the Dolphins are going to be possibly the worst team in the NFL. So
the Jets still play football, and Geno Smith is their quarterback.
Yeah, but the Dolphins. It's not like the Dolphins have better playmakers than the Jets at this point. The Dolphins.
You know who has the lowest odds right now? Currently, the team that has the lowest odds, I'm sure Dolphins aren't far away, is the Arizona Cardinals, which I guess it's because their defense is putrid. Because their offense could put up some numbers.
They're bad too, but the Dolphins.
Dolphins bad. They're bad.
Bad. I mean, what happens when they get the number 1 pick and they got to draft a quarterback?
They do what they got to do. Or we get really lucky and Malik turns out to be
throwing away more money. I mean, that's a good.
Well, first round pick quarterback, I'll take that. That's 4 years of affordable quarterback play. That fixes the whole mess.
I agree. I mean, yeah, I agree. Or you you could have just saved the money that you were giving Malik Willis and make sure you tank and get the first overall pick and just play with Quinn Ewers all year. I mean,
But so supposedly these new guys they like Willis and they wanted
sure.
to build around. So they're
They
making
love
it
him so
affordable.
they love him so much. They'll build around him until they get the number one pick, and then they'll draft another quarterback to build around. That's how much
Yeah,
they love him.
yeah. Well, that'll be next year's discussion. Arizona, Miami, number one pick. Oh, Jets are in there. How about them apples? So yeah, so going that was quite an intriguing trade. I saw that I was like, oh my goodness. I have a student who's a big Dolphins fan, and she was in my class today. I'm like, bad news, we don't get Waddle anymore. She's like, no, I was just talking about. It's cool when you have a fifth grade girl who loves the Dolphins. Like usually some of the boys will talk smack. Generally, I get Dolphins suck, but that's a story of what they talk to me. But anyway, enough about a terrible team. Let's look at some players that got some contracts. What we think it means for football, for the world of fantasy more so than real life. Because we talked about Pierce last week, and Pierce is one of those signings. It's like, okay, Colts got their guys, and we're kind of like, not too much of a fan on it. Oh, I do have to say before we get started, I put my money where my mouth was. I traded for Emmanuel Wilson this week, and currently I'm in trade talks on another team to get Emmanuel Wilson. But I was like, hey, starting running back for a bag of potatoes to see what we can do. But it was the last pick in the draft, so
It's not like it was a lot of money.
but at least I have no picks in that draft, so I don't have to worry about it. I had the 312. I was like, cool. I don't want the 312. I'll wait and do free agency. But I got another one where it's getting a little pricey for me. But anyway, let's get into receivers. San Francisco, your 49ers are making some splashes. They signed Christian Kirk for $6 million, 1 year for $6 million. They're ready to go. Oh yeah, they also signed some dude named Mike Evans or something. Yeah, Mike Evans, 3 years, 42 million. It's one of those make believe ones. I think it's 2 years more or less is what is guaranteed within that. So they added Evans, they added Kirk, they have Ricky Pearsall, they have and they're gonna have to play Tungus this year because Kittle tore his ACL in January, so you won't see him till October, maybe November because he's older. What do you make? How do you feel about these guys this year? Are any of these sneaky, or are you feeling really good about the
I
quarterback?
feel like the 49ers love being old. I mean, they love old people. I mean, at least they know they got some
It's
solid.
true.
At least they know they got some solid veterans. I mean, Mike Evans is always good. Probably continues. Christian Kirk is always
He's a good 2-3. He'll be like a two A to a 2B with Pearsall. That I'll take that.
I mean, sure. Pearsall's not
He is.
Pearsall's not good. Kirk's been okay, and Mike Evans has been great. So, and it's the 49ers. It doesn't really matter who they have. They seem to always be competing. I think Mike Evans is like the bigger play here. I think that helps him
Yeah.
out more than Christian Kirk does. Christian Kirk's a okay number 3 wide receiver, I guess. Hopefully Pearsall decides to know how to play football and he can help out a little.
He's just gotta be healthy. That's his big thing.
Cool.
Yeah, but I mean, when he plays, he's pretty solid. He's like Christian Watson, so maybe he'll have a Christian Watson kind of
He's
thing.
he's not on Christian Watson's level.
Ooh,
That-
what? Pre-injury Christian Watson,
I don't
because
even
he came out.
post injury Christian Watson. He's not on the same level.
Yeah, I like that. The old guy team. It's quite astounding to think about that. All those guys, as they're getting older and older as they go. Most excited. The one I was watching was Romeo Dobbs. I've been on the Romeo Dobbs train since he came out of Nevada, and then he got stuck in the team of number twos. Is he a number two? Quite possibly so far in his career. Yes. Was he a good safety security blanket for Jordan Love? To be just enough to be a mid-tier number two,
Is he
probably
number
3
two?
realistically. They're all number twos talent.
I
He's
don't-
probably a
I
3.
think he's more of a 3. He's had like a couple good games. He's not good enough to really compete with a bunch of 2s on the Packers. I mean, that's got to say something about him. I mean, look, he's going to the Patriots. I want him to play well because I like the Patriots, like Drake May. I want him to do good, but I mean, they're paying him $17 million. I mean, that's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, I don't see anything outrageous with that, but I just can't imagine people getting excited about a career wide receiver 3, even though he is playing with one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Maybe that makes a difference. Maybe Drake May is just that much better than Jordan Love. Clearly, he's that much better than Jordan Love. So we'll see. Like I said, I hope he does good. I'd like to see the Patriots win, but still left to be determined. I would say.
So right now, the Patriots have him and Booty, and which one of those guys would you rather have if you had them? And they got a couple other jobbers on there, but those are probably the top two. You got one guy you want to pair a guy up. It's basketball season. So guys are trying to do pairing. So you got Drake May. Who are you going to pair with him?
What is it? Kyle? Is it Kyle Williams?
Yeah, but what do you want to throw Kyle Williams in there? I mean, he's done less than Dobbs, and Dobbs did more in his rookie year, and he wasn't great.
Cool. I mean, Kyle Williams is like is this his second year? Dobbs has been in the league for what 4 or 5 and hasn't really done anything. So I guess Dobbs is probably going to get the volume, because they paid him, so they're going to like set him up for success probably a little more. I'm not really excited about really any of these guys, to be honest with you. Like I said, I hope they succeed though. But if I had to pick one,
Mike Collins.
I guess I'd
Is he the
probably go
best?
Dobbs just because he's getting the money. I mean, I guess you got to follow the money. So I would probably go that route, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. I think I'm on a Dobbs train, so I'm excited for him to play with Drake May, who you got me on board with. So I thought he'd be a little more excited. It's Drake May's guy. Uh, an interesting one, Wandell Robinson. Uh, Titans signed Wandell Robinson for 4 years, and it looks like seven. So Dobbs, that's 17 per year. So Dobbs was 4 for 68. Wandell got more money, 4 for 70 to play to give somebody to Cam Ward. Is he somebody to Cam Ward, or is he just in a lucky situation in New York?
He was somebody to Jackson Dart last year, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but there was no Malik Neighbors. So was he?
he was more than what
Is
he
he?
was more than what Dobbs has ever been in his career. I mean, you could probably take last year Wandell Robinson's season and add all of Dobbs's career numbers, and it probably doesn't. No, that's a little exaggeration.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know.
But
I mean, last year, 1,014 yards, 4 touchdowns, 92 receptions for Wandell Robinson.
I mean,
Last year for Dobbs,
granted,
he had 724, and I think it was like 6.
he's getting paid a lot. He's getting paid a lot more than Dobbs. But that's what happens when you have a good season. You get paid a lot more. If Dobbs had a good season, he'd probably get paid a lot more.
Dobbs got 68 million. He got 70 million. That's $2 million. That's like a quarter to us. But Wandell for fantasy though? Wandell down. I mean, wide receiver 1 for Tennessee.
Sure.
What do you? I mean,
If
Calvin Ridley's
so,
there. A.O. Banner.
so hold on. How can you criticize Wandell Robinson as a number one, but you don't criticize Romeo Dobbs as a number one? I don't understand.
Drake May, Cam Ward. That's really like if Cam Ward had showed out Drake. If Cam Ward was Drake May and you put Wandell up there and put Dobbs down in Cam Ward, I'd be better. I would still love Dobbs, but I would feel better about whoever's getting the ball from Drake May.
I mean, Wandell did it with Jackson Dart. It's not like Jackson Dart's a fantastic. I mean, I like Jackson Dart, but Wandell did
Well,
it.
he's not fantastic, but he looked better. I mean, did Jackson Dart and a little bit, and Jameis Winston, and
Yeah, so I mean, Kane. I don't see how you can get excited for one and not the other, unless you're got a bias. It's straight up.
Kendrick Bourne is getting crowded down there in Arizona. He is playing for the Arizona Cardinals. He left. So we're looking at Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Kendrick Bourne as the top 3 down there with Trey McBride. Kendrick Bourne went from a place where in San Francisco he could get some traction, but he's basically dead to us, right?
Yeah, I'm not really too worried about Kendrick Bourne. I mean, he's had spots here and there, but I feel like overall he hasn't been that much of a fantasy option. So yeah, I mean the only good thing about Arizona, you can imagine they're probably going to throw a lot, so there's probably going to be a lot of passes to go around. So I guess that's one way to look at it. Maybe if you're excited about Kendrick Bourne, I guess.
Raiders make a splash. Jalen Naylor 3. That dude, he's like number whatever for the Vikings. 3 years, 35 This is a funny number too. 35,000,000, 30,000 over 3 years is the contract. All the foo stuff. But so Jalen Naylor at a couple flash games, his name popped up probably when Surefire wasted a touchdown more than anything. He is now with the Raiders. He's going to get some Mendoza rookie love. Um, is does he show up on? I mean, he's radar, or is this just he plays the Raiders? Whatever, we're not going to worry about because the Raiders are looking at Jalen Naylor, Trey Tucker, Jack Bash, and Brock Bowers, and Donta Thornton. My dude, that looks stunning.
Yes.
Is Naylor a guy you stash?
I mean, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I'm not going out and trying to get him for anything. I mean, if he's already on my team, sure, I'll stash him down the bottom where he's always been. But I can't imagine being like, "Hey, man, I'll give you this for Jalen Naylor." I don't want to give anything for Jalen Naylor. It's not like he's getting paid a lot. I mean, $10 million. I mean, that's kind of like a base $12 million, I guess. It's like a base receiver money. It's not like it's all that impressive. I mean, he's only getting what 6 less than Dobbs. So I mean,
he's getting a lot less than Dobbs. I mean, Dobbs is making 68. What you saw was 17 per year. He's making 68 million.
Yeah, so 17 per year. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he's making 17 per year. Naylor's making what 11 a year, 12 a year.
Oh, I guess that does work out too. You're good at math. Good job. but you're Wandell's. Yeah. Anyway, let's go to this saga. All of these next guys as we wrap up receivers go around AJ Brown. AJ Brown is rumored to be and to not be on the trade block this year. One of the recent rumors is AJ Brown to Los Angeles to pair him with Puka, which means that Devontae Adams is on the trade block. And it gets more interesting today in that the Eagles, it's not a big deal, but they added another Devonta Smith. They added Hollywood Brown on a 1-year contract, who's nothing to be, super excited about, but there's moving parts there. Where does AJ Brown play last year? If AJ Brown gets traded and Hollywood is number 2, does he move the needle at all, or are we looking at the Goddard signing as another big? Because there's a whole bunch of pieces sort of moving around within this whole situation.
Can't imagine him moving the needle that much. I mean, Devonta Smith barely moved the needle when AJ Brown was around there because it's not like there's a whole lot of passes going around. I feel like they just funneled to one receiver. So hopefully Devonta Smith, if AJ Brown was to get traded, Devonta Smith would be, that guy that they would funnel the passes to, and Hollywood Brown just be a random splash play here and there. I have no idea who AJ Brown goes to. I don't know who's going to pay it because they feel like the Eagles want a lot for him. They've seen what Jalen Waddle got. AJ Brown's clearly better than Jalen Waddle when AJ Brown wants to play.
That's the catch.
That's the catch when he wants. Of course, he's a little older. But I mean, if you're a win now team and you need a number 1 wide receiver, it's just how much are you willing to pay? It's just hard for me to see somebody wanting to give up a first round pick for AJ Brown when he's kind of like a drama queen at this late stage in his career.
Buffalo?
Sure. Buffalo. I don't think Buffalo's going to pay that for him, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's the logical location
they just gave up a second for DJ Moore. I can't imagine them giving up a first for AJ Brown. I mean, it'd be good. It would be awesome. Bills should do it because they need help at wide receiver. But
I mean, realistically, if the Rams are all in, which I think they got to be this year with Stafford, it makes a lot of sense. But they would be all in. Like Adams doesn't seem to. It gets them. He's an end zone target. But you had AJ Brown with his size to put on the other side of Puka. He takes Adams and adds yards to it. I think it adds to them, but then it makes me worry because I got some Adams in this touchdown dependency. He goes anywhere else, I think he's pretty much dead.
Yeah, but
right?
Is AJ Brown's premier thinks he's a number 1 wide receiver? Does he want to go to a team where he's going to be the number 2 wide receiver? I mean, that's probably going to give him a bit of an attitude. I think Devontae Adams works perfect in LA.
I hope so.
He doesn't really he doesn't have that kind of attitude. He doesn't mind. I don't think he really. I mean, he probably cares.
On your third where you don't have much of a choice unless you're Jerry
I
Rice.
mean, he still scores a lot of touchdowns, and the offense is still really good. Like AJ Brown coming in there trying to demand targets from Puka, I think it might kind of upset the balance a little bit. You know,
Yeah, it'd be
there's the
interesting.
Rams.
Yeah.
Rams do some crazy things. So.
Yeah, they don't like picks anyway. They're like me in Dynasty. They just trade away all their picks to see who they can throw on their team. And another guy that I almost missed, but it's interesting to look that he got paid, other than Alec Pierce, right up there with these top three guys. Rashid Shaheed, still with the Seahawks, $17 million a year. This is weird. Like Rashid Shaheed, Alec Pierce, Wendell Robinson, Romeo Dobbs are the three highest paid free agents right now, like this year. Is that too like
All of them kind of suck.
Rashid Shaheed gets 17 mil? What the world are they going to pay JSN? 35? Like,
Yeah.
is he getting quarterback money?
I mean, he'll get third. He'll probably get
30?
number one wide receiver money, whatever the rate of 35, 36 million. I mean, that's what JSN will get when it's time for him to get his contract, because when a year or two, maybe next year, maybe. So yeah, by then he'll be making 35 million. I mean, Shaheed wasn't great, but he kind of like made a spark for the team. So I'm kind of paying him for that. And 17 million, who really cares? Pocket change.
I know, jump change. You know?
I mean, if we're paying Romeo Dobbs, he gets 17 million. Everybody gets 17 million. Nah, don't get me wrong.
What was the other bet we had? We got to add Dobbs to our bet.
Dobbs,
The other bet from last week.
Dobbs is fine, I guess. I mean, I'll like Dobbs just because he plays.
Oh, he was the bet. Romeo Dobbs was our bet, wasn't he? What was it? Dobbs versus I said Dobbs goes to the Patriots.
I can't remember who.
Who was your guy?
I can't remember. I was trying to think about it earlier. I couldn't remember who it was.
We'll have to go. We'll have to go back, and if anybody knows that, send us a message, because we can go back and listen to all of our. We don't like to listen to ourselves. We barely listen. We barely like to listen to each other, but we know. But there was some who I have to go look at our list from 2 weeks ago. It's where it'll be. So we'll pull it up and we'll hear it.
If he played,
it might have been Ayuk. That might have been. So I'll jot it down. I'll double check that, and we'll look at it in a few weeks here. We'll figure out. I don't think it was Ayuk. I think it was someone better than Ayuk.
Ayuk might not even play football anymore. He might retire. He might have just got his money and just dipped out.
Yeah, that dude's a knucklehead. I don't think he's I don't think we're gonna see him. Like, he's pretty much doomed himself over pretty good. But let's go to my favorite position in football, the tight end. Actually, there's a couple good. I would almost say some of these tight end signings are a little more exciting than any of the wide receiver signings per se. Because you're looking at Isaiah Likely, buried behind Mark Andrews for some weird reason, and then shows out sometimes, doesn't show out other times. Signs a 3-year, $40 million to be Jackson Dart's tight end. Shows they're mad at Theo Johnson still. Bellinger got shit. He's down in Tennessee right now. But Isaiah Likely to New York. Do you like him as a Jackson Dart kind of guy?
I don't know. I've tried to like Isaiah Likely. Every time I try to like him, it always goes south. I mean, you want to hope it works out. Buried behind Mark Andrews. You can say it's buried, but Mark Andrews has been a pretty good tight end his whole career, and I don't know.
Yeah. Although,
I mean,
he's been pooped. But he plays so well after he's pooped for so long, he screws you, and then you're like, yeah.
Recently, but I mean, it's still Mark Andrews. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, he's probably going to get drafted high as a top tight end because I mean, the fantasy love is there, you know. But I don't know.
Let's see where he is right now.
I'd probably draft him somewhere just so I can get a piece of him, but
he's tight end 15 in a redraft right now, so it's not too bad. Outrageously crazy yet. But I guess a lot of guys probably haven't totally re-upped their redraft rankings. I don't do mine yet. In Dynasty, he is 16, so it's about he's right there like a mid. But I don't know. I kind of like him a little more than that because I like Jackson Dart. So
hey, I like Jackson Dart. I mean, I like Jackson Dart. I mean, it's not going to surprise me if he finishes as a top 12 tight end. I mean, it's not hard. You need 50 catches and 500 yards. You'd be a top 12.
You need 7 touchdowns. Let's just go there. Just be that tight end that catches touchdowns. That's top 5 actually. But yeah, you get something like that, he'll be rolling in there. It'll be pretty gnarly. So yeah, he's up there. It was a good signing. It leads Bellinger down to Tennessee, which that doesn't move any needles, but it means that he's going to block. And Gunnar Helm, if you're looking for a guy deep, check out Gunnar Helm down in Tennessee. But my boy, the one that excites me the most, everybody knows my love, and it's one of those stupid loves. He's like Romeo Dobbs. He's done nothing. He's had some flash plays. That is Chig Okonkwo, formerly of the Tennessee Titans. Now he is Jaden Daniels, tight ends who made old man Zach Ertz look like young man Zach Ertz in the targets he got. So Chig is in Washington, $9 million a year to basically be the tight end one in a Jaden Daniels. So let's say Jaden Daniels is healthy. What is Chig's ceiling floor? How are you? Does it move? I know you were sort of indifferent to Chig, like because you're like, whatever, it's tight end, I don't care. You knew I love Chig. What? How do you feel about Chig?
I mean,
I just traded back for him actually.
I mean, it's a good spot. I mean, Zach Ertz was pretty successful in that offense. Okonkwo's an athletic tight end. Is he as good as Zach Ertz? Well, I guess we're about to find out. I mean, he hasn't really lived up to that hype. Zach Ertz has been pretty impressive as an older guy. That even there in Washington, he's been a pretty good tight end. Okonkwo's been kind of a letdown ever since you kind of got on the train. He hasn't been very good.
I know.
Had that one good season. Then after that, it was just kind of so. Yeah, I mean, if he's going to succeed, I mean, he's going to succeed in Washington. So they're going to give him his opportunity. Now it's just whether or not he can take it.
And Chig is so amazing. I mean, I think things haven't updated. He's sitting there at like tight end 25.
Yeah, that's probably definitely going to go up.
I mean, I could see him at Chig or Likely. Which situation do you feel the best? I mean, they're both comparable, I would say.
I'd probably go Chig just because I know the Washington offense likes to use their tight end. Not really sure how I feel about the Giants offense using a tight end. I don't even remember last time a Giants tight end was relevant. It's been a long time.
Mark Bavaro? No. What's his name out of Penn State? Oh my gosh. It's one of those weeks.
But yeah, I think it sets up pretty well in Washington for him if he's got a good chance to succeed.
So yeah, I'm excited for them. Theo Johnson's pooping the bed. Oh darn it, it's good driving. Anyway, let's move on to Travis Kelce re-signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. There's thought he might retire, thought he might come back. They might start without Mahomes. Rashee Rice might be out. Is it moving?
No.
Where's he going to end this year?
I think he's probably going to end up worse than he did last year. I mean, Travis Kelce was struggled kind of like he wasn't really much help last year, was he?
He had a couple. Jeremy Shockey, by the way. Jeremy Shockey, the last good Giants tight end. Yeah, it's intriguing. Like I think he's gonna.
He was out of Miami.
Oh darn it! Yeah, that's why I was messing up. Penn State's Theo Johnson. Yeah, Bavaro and Jeremy Shockey are like the best. But yeah, Bavaro. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, got my colleges wrong. He was great. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. He wants to go out. He doesn't want to go out the way he just sort of petered out. So it'll be interesting if he tries to hedge Andy to get a little bit because they did have that fight earlier last year.
I mean, he will have Justin Fields to start the season, so I mean that's going to help him out a lot.
Speaking of trades we didn't talk about, Justin Fields to the Chiefs. Someone asked me earlier, I have Mahomes. They're like, are you trying to trade for Justin Fields? And I was like, no. Because number one, the guy that has Justin Fields still loves him. And he's gonna want the range. Like, what would I give for Justin Fields? Like a late third. Like I really have that level of interest in Justin Fields. And they're like, well, he might get the Sam Darnold. You're looking, he might get Sam Darnold, but the Chiefs have never shown that they are a groomer of quarterbacks. Justin Fields goes to play with Kyler Murray up there in Minnesota. He goes to play with Brock Purdy over in San Francisco. I'm starting to think a little bit.
Well, they've never really had to groom quarterbacks. They went from Alex Smith to Patrick Mahomes. They groomed Patrick Mahomes, right? They drafted him, but that's not really grooming. But
Matt Shaw. I mean, Matt Shaw played in Atlanta for so long behind Vic, and it's stuff like that. Like guys that play for a while, that there should have been someone in there. You look at guys that have come out from under a great quarterback kind of.
I mean, sometimes you just don't really care about your backup quarterback. Sometimes you just got a backup quarterback just to have a backup quarterback in case a quarterback, you're not really trying to develop a number two. I mean, what's the point of really developing a number two if you're not really going to think he's going to start? You never can imagine you ever want to start somebody with Patrick Mahomes, so why develop a quarterback, right?
I think part of the reason you want to develop a number two is I'm going to pull up a stat. Quarterbacks who started in 2025, it was some crazy number. And That's why you want to develop. That's why some guys are fall on their face. Uh, about 62 different quarterbacks
Oh yeah,
started at
sure.
least one game last year. So you want to like, and most of them that were the second ones suck. So it's like, do some have a better system? I mean, the Packers didn't miss a beat because they built up Willis, right? But you look at, I mean, Miami sucked anyway. Then they put in Quinn Ewers. That was even worse. And then you got some guys that have they're thrown to the wolves. Yeah,
I mean,
it'll be
sometimes it's hard
interesting.
to develop quarterbacks that suck. I mean, sometimes quarterbacks just suck. They're not good. I mean,
I mean, Malik Willis sucked 4 years ago, and then Packers, he looked like Superman there. He's going to be a
slow
Niner
down,
finish.
slow down.
Dude,
He
look
has
at he has the
he has
fourth
like
highest QBR history
he has like 40
over
total passes in his career. Slow down.
over the span of whatever that is. It's ridiculous. It's one of those stupid stats, like compared with like
It's been
guys over stuff.
like
But
three,
it's a
it's 3 games, dude. He played in like 3 games.
he played in six
Oh, cool. Six
over the
games. And he
2 years,
has like 40
and they
total
look
passes. He's never
they look
passed.
pretty good.
He's never had a game where he passed for like more than 20 pass attempts or something crazy.
I got to be on the train. Come on.
Oh yeah, I'm not arguing that point. Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, he's your quarterback. You're going to be excited. I get it. I'm not arguing that point. I like Malik Willis. I mean, I hope he's
93.1 QBR,
yeah,
30 touchdowns.
I hope.
Okay, anyway. Well, you'll get to crush my Willis love all year, but I'm just going to ask a quick question. Diving deep, holding towards the end, the guy we liked years ago, I picked him up last year, and outside of fandom, Greg Dulcich is a move tight end. They got no one else to throw to. You're not getting a tight end at all in the draft. You get a guy late. Is that a guy that sort of interests you because Malik's going to be running and he'll be there and maybe getting some receptions falling in there?
I mean, not really. I think Dolch's have like 3 good games all season. You're not going to be able to start him. So, and it's not, and it's like you said, you're not getting Malik Willis to throw the ball. So, I mean, why are you excited about any receivers? I don't understand. So, I mean, what do we? I mean, you only care about Malik Willis running. So, I mean, if he's only passing 10 times a game, who's going to be successful?
Yeah, sure. Ironically, Theo Johnson is right now ranked higher than Chig Okonkwo. That means that we're off a little bit in
Yeah,
these
that's
rankings.
probably going to change.
And one last guy, you might not know him too. I'm familiar with him because I've watched him. He's a big boy actually. Julian Hill, 25 years old. Oh darn, this site doesn't show his measurements. I'll pull him up. But he got signed to be with your boy, Drake May. He's darn it, where's his measurements at here? But he's 6'4", but he's going to be Drake May's tight end of the future. He's a 25-year-old kid, 6'4", 251. So decent build, not overly tall like Mo Alley Cox, who re-signed with Indianapolis to block, but a tight end with Drake May. How stashy is he?
I think he'd be pretty stashy, I guess. I mean, Hunter Henry is pretty successful with Drake May. I mean, I think obviously Drake May's a good enough quarterback where he's going to be able to use where he'll use the tight end. Some quarterbacks just don't use tight ends. It's weird. It's weird. It works out that way. But I think if you're a tight end in this offense, I think you can be successful. So if he gets the chance, I mean, I guess there's opportunity. I mean, and if you like, might as well stash him. It's a tight end.
I mean, like he's averaging $5 million a year, and Chig is getting $9 million, so he's like half of a Chig. Charlie Kohler got 8.1 to play for the Chargers. they because they're gonna run. Like if you want, you know who right now is probably my guy that I don't have any teams. Listen to the name. I'll be talking about Amarian Hampton for the next like 2 months because everything is pointing to the moon for that dude. But yeah, Charlie Kohler. That it's those weird signings you look at that like Charlie Kohler to the Chargers means nothing to us on the tight end front, but as far as the blocking front, like he's a stellar tight end, and when he played for the Ravens, that's going to be his job when he gets there. So it's a good little signing. Connor Hayward to the Raiders. He's not a receiving tight end. They got him for chump change, 2.5. But some of these guys, they're moving guys to get blockers. Durham Smythe just went to the Ravens. He never really caught, but he'll block to allow Andrews to move out a little bit, who's probably going to get paid soon. And the aforementioned, it's not here on the four, is that Goddard did get a 1-year deal with the Eagles after I think his was like $7 million after he had his best tight. He had as many touchdowns this year as Trey McBride, which is kind of crazy to think that it was like his record year. So That's my love of tight ends. I should have worn my tight end U shirt today. I'll bring that out this summer. JJ Wang is under the weather, so thanks for coming out tonight so we can get this out of the way. Give us a cough and some words of wisdom.
Yeah, so words of wisdom. One of the best times of the year, college basketball is trying to start off March Madness. So, who's your champion? I know you've probably filled out a couple of brackets. Who's your number one champion right now?
I've done two. I'm going to end up doing four. I think I'm doing one for charity. If anybody's interested, hit me up. But I'll be gone. You will have already. This will already be over. Duke. Duke is up there. Arizona's up there. But that I watched Duke play a little bit. I watched next to no college basketball. So this is the fun. I am now the office secretary. So it's pretty much Duke, Arizona. I always pick Michigan State to go somewhere because no matter how terrible they are, they go somewhere. I forget who else I was. I was doing one today at work. We do a work bracket, so the problem is recently early rounds have been where the upsets are. It's been a lot of chalk, a lot of chalk through, which makes it hard to deviate. You need to win in that first round. I have one bracket where I forget. It was like I think it might have been the East region that I had a lot of like late seeds going in. I was like, ooh, wish I had one with me that I was looking at, but I was having a little bit of fun with that. So. Um, that's where we're gonna go. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think I want to go with Duke this year, but then again, I go with Duke every year. I don't
I
think
go with
I've
Michigan
ever,
State every year.
I don't think I've ever filled out a bracket where Duke isn't the champion. So eventually I'll be right. So as
Oh
always,
yeah, you're right. Every like 5 years or so, anyway.
yeah. So as always, trust yourself and trust the process.